Good afternoon. Welcome to our channel Next Gen Engineering. Here we talk about various methods of design engineering and project management and upcoming technologies. Today's topic is burnt clay bricks. This is a part of our series of construction material. Earlier we have discussed about cements and we will continue discussing about cements in few more episodes. Today we are starting our talk about bricks, and today's topic is burnt clay bricks. So let's start. Bricks are obtained by molding clay in rectangular blocks of uniform size and then by drying and burning these blocks. As bricks are of uniform size, they can properly arrange, light in weight, and hence bricks replace stone. The dimension of modular bricks is 190 mm by 90 mm by 90 mm. Dimension of traditional bricks are 230 mm into 115 mm into 75 mm. In India, we generally find traditional bricks. We use traditional bricks in construction work. That's why generally when you will be constructing a partition wall, you generally provide 115 mm thick wall, and an outer wall dimension generally we provide as 230 mm thick. So this is because of the bricks dimension, traditional bricks dimension. Another important thing about brick is that brick has a depression on the top of it. It is called frog. This is very important. Sometimes people, interviewer ask in interviews also, what is frog? So the frog is the depression on the top of a brick. The purpose of frog is to contain the mortar to get the cohesion between two bricks. So this is the purpose of frog. The dimension of modular bricks and traditional bricks are given. So these are very important. Generally, these are not only important because of an interview, for construction purpose also. Why we decide to give a 10-inch thick brick wall or 5-inch thick brick wall? That because generally we try to accommodate this the dimension of bricks. So basically, the water bricks, dimensions, and frogs. Composition of bricks. Let's talk about it. Followings are the constitution of a good brick earth. Alumina. It is chief constituent of every kind of clay. A good brick earth should contain 20 to 30% of alumina. This constituent imparts plasticity to earth so that it can be molded. If alumina is present in excess, raw bricks shrink and wrap during drying and burning. Silica. A good brick art should contain about 50 to 60% of silica. Silica exists in clay either as free or combined form. Lime. A small quantity of lime is desirable in finely powdered state to prevent shrinkage of raw bricks. Oxide of iron. A small quantity of oxide of iron to the extent of 5 to 6% is desirable in good bricks to import red color to bricks. Excess of oxide of iron makes the bricks dark blue or blackish. Magnesia. A small quantity of magnesia in brick earth imparts yellow tint to bricks and decreases shrinkage. But excess of magnesia decreases shrink, leads to the decay of bricks. So this is the property of a good earth from which a brick can be constituted. Quality of a good brick. Brick should be table molded, well burned in kilns, copper colored, free from cracks, and with sharp and square edges. Bricks should be uniform shape and should be of standard size. Bricks should give clear ringing sound when stuck against each other. Brick when broken should show a bright, homogeneous and compact structure free from voids. Bricks should not absorb water more than 20% by weight for first class bricks and 22% by weight for second class brick when soaked in cold water for a period of 24 hours. So if you remember these parameters while getting delivery of bricks, you can easily check at site that bricks are of good quality or not, and it can be accepted or rejected. So these are a very important point. Please do remember. Brick should be sufficient hard, no impression should be left on brick surface when it is scratched with fingernail. Brick should be low thermal conductivity and then should be soundproof. Bricks should not break when dropped flat on hard ground from a height of about 1 meter. Bricks, when soaked in water for 24 hours, should not show deposit of white salt when allowed to dry in shade. No bricks should have crushing strength below 55 kg per centimeter square. Please remember this is crushing strength. Test for bricks. The brick is generally subjected to following tests to find out its suitability of the construction works. Absorption. A good brick should not absorb more than 20% of weight of dry brick. Compressive strength. Crushing or compressive strength of brick. This is generally we call it compressive strength, but sometimes we refer it as crushing strength also. Plus, please remember as compressive strength. Compressive strength of brick is found out by placing it in compression testing machine. It is pressed till it breaks. Minimum crushing strength of brick is 35 kg per centimeter square, and for superior bricks it may vary from 70 to 140 kg per centimeter square. But generally, remember 50 to 55 kg crushing strength bricks are good for partition or outer wall until unless there are some other specific design requirement. Hardness. No impression is left on the surface. The brick is treated to be sufficiently hard. Presence of soluble salts. The brick should not show any gray or white deposits after immersed in water for 24 hours. We will talk about efflorescence in later stage. Shape and size. It should be standard size and shape with sharp edges. Soundness. The brick should give clear ringing sound stuck each other. Structure. The structure should be homogeneous, compact and free from any defects. Grading of bricks. As per IS 107, 19557 and 1970 code specifications, bricks with compressive strain not less than 140 kg per centimeter square, it's for grade A class. Bricks with compressive strain not less than 105 kg per centimeter square, this is for grade A. Bricks with compressive strain not less than 70 kg per centimeter square, second class brick or grade B. Brick with compressive strain not less than the average value of 35 kg per centimeter square, class C bricks, grade C. In first point, this is should please remember this is called AA class. Sometimes we call it grade A class also, but there is a little different. There are differences between grade A and grade AA. Sometimes in site we refer it as also A plus or superior bricks, that kind of thing. So you please remember is at AA class. And for this grade C, generally we don't use for making any walls or partition wall. It gets crushed and we use it for like soak pit and different filling purpose. So these are all for introduction to bricks as construction materials. Thank you for watching the video. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. That will help us to grow and motivate us. We are going to come up with many other videos. Please do check those videos and don't forget to click the bell icon. Then you will get all the notifications of our videos as well as job notifications. Thank you. Thanks to all of you. We hope we hope to get more subscribers in coming days, and we're coming up with more and more quality videos. Thank you.